Hey. Okay, so we're back. You know, because, you know, it takes time to do the whole uploading video thing. All right, let's see who we are doing next. Already did Leo. Pisces. All right. Okay, Pisces. Ooh, zoomed right in. Okay. All right. So we are using the Divine Circus Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And we're going to read. We're going to read from the book. Because, you know, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. All right. On nights like tonight, I'm at good. And Nox Lumina by Karen O. And I think it's Modest Mouse. I always get the two mixed up, you know. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. You can just look it up. It's Nox Lumina, Karen O. Anyway. Nights like tonight when no one's around, I put on the record I found when I was a kid and the world was a town, and heartbreaker when nothing painful. Carry me, Mother, Mary, I'm faithless. Sister Teresa, canonized faces. Or faceless. I can't remember. Anyway. Please check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. If you don't know what those are, you can always run your natal chart. You do need to know what your time of birth is to know what your rising sign is, because every couple of hours it changes throughout the day on the day that you were born. Everything you need to know is in the description box of the video. I do not sell readings. I do not offer personal readings. I will never ask you for money. I will never phone you. Don't use things like WhatsApp or anything like that. And my Instagram account and my Facebook account are private. I don't use them for tarot. Okay? Perfect. Pisces, what is your message from the Divine Circus Oracle? Yeah, two. Taking this one. Oh, Duke of Shadows, 14 breaking down to 5. Let's see what this guy is here. I hate reading from books, certainly. Okay, normally I just like intuitively read oracle cards because I'm a tarot reader and not an oracle card reader. But anyway. Can you see it there? Okay, perfect. The Duke of Shadows brings you an invitation to patience. It is a cautionary card, not to inspire concern, but rather to inspire curiosity. There is more to a situation, person, opportunity, or even an apparent absence of activity or success than meets the eye. You can imagine it being like the universe has another card up its sleeve and is yet to show its full hand. The Duke of Shadows indicates that a process has been set in motion but is under the radar of your awareness. Something is happening, even if that doesn't appear to be the case. But just like a seed starts to grow into a plant deep in the earth, apparently invisible and yet very real, you are being subjected to invisible but real forces of growth and healing at this time. His appearance signifies that the bigger picture of what is happening right now is not fully available to you. It will be in time, but for now, Duke of Shadows reminds you that what you are seeing is not the whole story and is not the final verdict. Because you cannot know what you don't know, you will need to wait for more information to come to you. So if what you see, sense, or feel is negative right now, don't believe it. You are in a time of your life when your perspective will be partial, that it is not through some failure on your part. It is just the way things at various points in the process of bringing dreams and visions to life in the world. Sometimes we are at the top of the mountain, can see where we have come and where we are going very clearly. At other times, we are doing the hard yards on the journey and have to keep going through what feels like a dark night, where we aren't really sure where we are going or even if we are getting anywhere at all. This is an essential part of the journey that leads us to the top of the mountain and a clear view in due course. The Duke of Shadows tells you two things. Firstly, if you feel like this, keep going because your perspective will soon become a happier and more informed one. Secondly, don't take things at face value at the moment. Things are going to shift and change, and there will be a surprising twist in your life. Though you don't see it coming, another piece of your life puzzle is going to reveal itself soon. It will help solve a difficulty or question you have been holding in your heart. And your affirmation is, just as day follows night, out of darkness comes a clarity of light. I am shown all that will help me at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I know everything that is helpful for me to know now and every day. And card artwork is Duke of Shadows by Graziana Zielinska. Yeah. So that's your card there. Wicked. All right, let's get moving on to some tarot. We're going to use the Joie de Vivre tarot by Paulina Cassidy. We're doing past, present, future 666 spread. I'm probably going to change it up when I do the love read if I get to the love read. If I don't, I'll just roll right into another general read for everybody using a different spread. I was thinking of doing the wheel, the wheel of the year, but I just, it's already too late. We're already at January 9th, so there's no point. All right. Anyway, Pisces. Sun, moon arriving, and sun, moon arriving, the moon, when the moon is arriving, when the moon is arriving. That's going to mean something for somebody out there, happy accidents. There are only happy accidents here. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus, Pisces, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Been getting the sniffles the last day or two, so don't mind me if I'm a little, so it's a thing for the last day or two, so don't mind. Actually, last couple of days I've been feeling really tired and run down, so I'm not quite sure if that's just because it was my birthday, and I actually haven't been going out on Friday and Saturday nights. And before I left my previous city, I cut down to just going out on Friday nights. So I was already in a place where I was not going out nearly as much as I normally was. Now I'm really not going out. So it was a pretty hardcore night compared to most Friday nights. So yeah, I feel like I've been super tired this whole weekend. But, last night I was kind of like, geez, maybe I'm getting sick. I really hope I'm not getting sick because that would really suck. So we'll see. Somebody feeling run down, tired, exhausted. I just noticed that I put your Duke of Shadows card back instead of propping it up, which, kind of just lends to the message a little bit more, doesn't it? In the past for you, Pisces, Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Again, if you haven't ever seen me do my thing here before, on this side, on the left over here, spirit guides. I hear them when I get ringing on this side, over here on this side. People that have passed on that I know personally, that side, okay? So right side, people I know, left side, my guides, okay? All right, cool. Let's get moving. Okay. The star. You might be a Pisces, Aquarius, Cusper, but this is about faith in the divine. It's about healing. It's about being able to put belief in something even though you might not necessarily be able to see it, or it might be something that's far off in the distance. Aquarian energy, classically. So it might be about an Aquarius individual. Again, you might be an Aquarius, Pisces, Cusper, in which case this is about embracing who you are, connecting with your higher self. But it's also about healing. Tempering of two energies also is integrated into the messaging on this card. But again, hope, faith, belief, and particularly in oneself if you are leaning on the Aquarian side. Yeah. Oh, we didn't twist for fairness. We have to. You always have to. And again, that just also lends to the message of your oracle card quite beautifully. What else? and looking off and staring at that star. So there's something about a distant hope, something that you're hoping. A choice in love here. And normally the Lovers in the upright is about a choice that you have to make in love. But in the recent past, I think that you had decided something. There was something you had decided about a connection. Could have been about a Gemini. Or Gemini could have been one of the choices that you had to choose from. But this is a relationship, a very, very huge relationship. But one where there was faith and hope, and then there was also connected to this a choice that was made when it came to a very, very important romantic relationship that you're conflicted about, or there was conflict attached to it, or conflict created because of the choice that you made. So this is in the past. Conflict created because of the choice. Yeah. Yeah, you weren't conflicted about it. It caused an argument. There was an argument in between you and somebody else over somebody or you making a choice in a connection. Yeah. What else? I'm not going to take all of those, but there is one on the board. Unfinished business. So normally the World card is about completion. It's about a circle completing itself. Still a circle, but in the reverse, this is, it's unfinished business. Fixed energy, signs being Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. Although, we all have a lot of different signs in our charts. Again, that Aquarian energy is coming in here. You have unfinished business with somebody, or the conflict is not settled. There's something that's not settled that has to do with this conflict. Like, come back here. We haven't fully discussed this, is kind of the way it's coming across to me here. That was Pisces. Or you're feeling unresolved about a conflict that you had with somebody in a love connection after a decision was made. Unfinished business. Without 8 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, you're not walking away. You're not walking away from a connection. Or somebody's returned in the recent past, a previous lover, or even just it's a connection that's not resolved. Because you're still feeling conflicted about something, about the choice that you made. Okay. In love. But there was conflict here there's unresolved conflict. You put a lot of faith, hope, and belief in this, I feel. That star being your starting. Might have been because it was a healing connection for you, that was the case. It was a very healing connection. Because the star is about healing as well. It is a very antiseptic card, if you will, for lack of a better term. What else? Lastly, in the past for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, 5 of Swords. So truce, but it's winning out, but not really feeling like a victor, like a victory in vain. And the reason I always say that with this particular deck is because what we're looking at is we're looking at somebody who is highly decorated, yet they're the one who looks superbly pissed off. Out of the two people, you've reached an impasse in a conflict, But even though that one person won out, who is more than likely you, or this other person in this connection, highly decorated, but they don't look so happy out of the two people. One person's sad, one person's angry. It was a victory in vain. Nobody wins. What do we see in the present for you, Pisces? There's discontent. Fool. Not willing to take a risk. Moving forward. Aries energy. Aries and Aquarius, eh? So in between Aries and Aquarius. So right now we are not even in Aquarius season. So there's nothing to do with time here. It's really about not making any efforts towards adventurousness. No new learning is happening because you're not taking any risks. You're not making any decisions that would, you know, result in you taking a chance on something. Therefore, not learning anything. What else? What else? Not willing to risk it with this person. Not willing to risk making the alternative choice. Could be also. The present. Knight of Swords, impulsive action towards something. We'll clarify all of this anyways. You might have felt that past decision that you made of a romantic nature was an impulsive decision. You took you took impulsive action towards something in the past, and therefore you're not willing to take any risks in the future. Even if they're calculated risks, you're more looking at not taking any risks, you know, because this is what resulted in the conflict. In the present, any impulsive action that you do take, and this is Gemini energy, just like the Lovers is, so we have Gemini and Gemini. You know, whatever this impulsive action that you're moving forward with in the present, whatever that is, it seems to have conflict attached to it. Tell me more for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And I would really love to not be focusing on love, but I mean, it's on the board. So, you know. Let's see here. Oh, that one flipped out. And it landed right on top of our star. The Hermit in the reverse. The impulsive action that you're taking right now, in the present, is Virgo. It's connected to something that happened in Virgo season, or a conflict that happened during Virgo season. But you're coming out of hiding, or coming out of an introspective period where you took time out for yourself to kind of clear your head, learn your inner truth, illuminate something for yourself. See, illumination is knowledge. But here, we're coming out of the cave of self-discovery to figure out what it is that we need to do, or we're illuminating something for somebody else, probably that has to do with our own inner truth. It was something that we were conflicted about in the past, has to do with these lovers, or this choice in love that we were very definitively making in the past. And it is something that we're unresolved about, or that we were previously unresolved about here. It's impulsive. It's impulsive. It's like, you know, breaking out of the cave, not just walking out of the cave, sauntering out of the cave. You're literally, you know, coming out of the cave like, I'm shedding light on some shit. And it's my inner truth, you know? What else, Pisces? In the present. Oh. You lied to yourself about something. Or somebody was lying about something, you didn't feel right about it, but you harbored it anyway. Okay. I'm taking this one because these ones, yeah. So it's going to result in an ending of some sort. Scorpio. So basically, you're going to be talking about that you harbored and thought about, and that you're going to illuminate, shed some light on, that happened in between Virgo and Scorpio season, thinking that this is more than likely Libra season that we're really looking at. It's going to bring something to an end. not like dead stop and that's it, period, because with all endings we do have transformation in beginnings. However, it might end some some preconceived notions about something that has to do with your inner truth. It's impulsive. It's impulsive action, though. What else? Has to do with returning to a situation that you had walked away from prior that was of emotional fulfillment, or connected to somebody who had done this to you. So let's say in the present for Pisces. On nights like tonight, I sit on the ground. With my feet on the ground, and I smile like I used to smile when you were around. Truth be told, I don't know who's at the helm. Just sit tight. I'll find my way back to you. I'll find my way back to you. Oh, somebody's going like this. Is that like a symbol to somebody? You know, when somebody goes like this, it means something. My way back to you. I'll find my way back to you. Who's at the helm? Just sit tight or sleep tight. Just sit tight. I'll make my way back to you. Sorry, I have to hear it in my head to even know what the hell. Anyway, it's like tonight when no one's around, and smile like you used to smile when you were around. Okay, keep going. Moon. Cancerian energy, classically it's Cancerian energy. I read the moon as Cancerian energy because Cancer is ruled by the moon. Some people say that this is your card. I'm getting here, though. Interesting that it just said who's at the helm, hey? Because we have the three owls. I have three owls. I call them who, who's, and whom. Sorry. Knowledge, though. Wisdom. Right? And there's something about music in the night, on nights like tonight, do you say? But this could be deception, self-deception, nightmares, dreams, the things that are hidden in the dark that come out in the light of day. Could also be mystery, things shrouded in mystery, confusion. I don't think you're quite sure with the ending that's happening in the present, because we have this death card here. What transformation is going to come about? Like, I feel like there's the transformation, but then we have confusion, nightmares, dreams, the dream state. I think you're confused about how this is going to happen. We're confused about the current situation, how it's going to transform into something else. What is the beginning going to be, considering that you're encountering an ending at this time? How can you see somebody who walked away from what could have been an emotionally fulfilling situation be transforming into them returning in the present when they literally walked away? Or you walked away. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody else. I'm feeling like it's somebody else. But the moon. Who's whom? Who, whose, and whom? Music is super important at this time for you to heal from endings to usher in beginnings. I mean, we have her playing the violin, but I'm seeing Neptune on those owls. That's actually your planet. So, mystery, intrigue, intuition, music, poeticism. There's something poetic about the unfinished business and the transformation after the ending that happened here, and the impending or expected return in the past here, as well as the victory in Maine. Okay, what else? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We're gonna clarify with the Deviant Moon deck. So yeah. My hair's a little staticky. It must be getting cold again. On that side tonight, no one's behind. I put on the record I found. Is there a vinyl record that you play, or a vinyl record that you found, or like an album that you found, potentially? Like a physical album. Doesn't necessarily, I mean, nowadays, in this world of streaming services, I think that it's always special when you find a physical like a hard copy of music. Especially if it's like something that's sitting there that you didn't really, expect to find. So CD, cassette tape, LP, right? The Dream Police. Well, I'm taking the one that's face down. Six of Wands in the reverse. A feeling of, again, victory in vain. No homecoming, not winning. It's right underneath the Five of Swords, which I said was victory in vain. But, usually the Six of Wands is being on display, performing, somebody who's getting accolades and recognition, winning out over something. Victorious homecoming and triumph. I guess the confusion is that you don't feel like you're winning in a certain situation in the present after an ending. So how could it be that there's a positive transformation or something positive that's going to come from it? You're shrouded in confusion. You anticipated that somebody was going to be coming back, that it initially walked away from something that had promise of an emotional nature. And now you see, you can't see the recognition or the triumph in it. There's no homecoming. There's no parade. There's nobody coming. Something changed. Something changed. We're gonna... You may want to stay back. There's no parade. There's nobody coming. No parade. Nobody's coming. I want to see what kind of place they'd lay for me. That's Interpol. In the present, sorry, we're done with the present. We're going to the future for you, Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, future. happening in the future for you, Pisces? Okay, King of Cups in the reverse. Closed off, you're closing off. You're closing off your energy. It's already happening in the present. This is Scorpio and Pisces energy. So during your birthday season, we're seeing you close off your energy even further. In the present, you're already not taking risks. You know something, and intuitively you know something, or you do know something that is locked you down, and you're not taking risks. You're not being adventurous with your energy already. You know that because we have the Fool here in the reverse. You're not doing it. You're not embarking on any new journey. But then we have the King of Cups in the reverse. So not only are you not being adventurous and striking out or inspired to strike out with creative, passionate energy to move forward with anything, embark on new journeys, but then we also have in the future the King of Cups in the reverse. So you're not willing to share the abundance of emotional energy within you with anybody. You might be downright pissed off to the point of closing yourself off. And then dumping out a cup that was a wellspring of emotion. You know? You might be also sitting back and waiting, playing the Hanged Man, which is one of your cards. You know, playing the Hanged Man. Waiting, sitting back, trying to gain perspective on something rather than coming forth with, potential romantic energy. Doesn't necessarily have to be romance. Can just be connectedness with other human beings, human connection. You're isolating. These want to stick, but I'm not taking them. You're isolating. Where in the present you feel to take Knight of Swords. You feel to come in with that sword, to charge in with that sword. You almost want to cause conflict. You want to have a problem. You want to fight. You didn't fight for somebody. You feel unresolved because of it. You believe they would come back or they would fight for you. Or you fought for the wrong person, ended up with victory in vain. Because the one who lost out, because both people lost out. What else? Pisces. Sun, rising, Venus. Waded through shame for this. Are you there? Those are the first lines of the Interpol song, Something Changed. I know, I listened to it 431 times last year because I like Interpol. So, waded through shame for this. Are you there? Every day I see if chance was calling. Are you there? I got a numbskull. I got a green heart. You might be connected with the Leo because that part was a part of the Leo reading. Did you choose the Leo? Did Leo win out over somebody else here? A Gemini, potentially? That's what I got, because those are the signs that I have in the past. Fixed energy, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. Then we have Gemini. You wish you would have picked the Scorpio? Aries, Cancer, Virgo. No. Ready through shame for this. Are you there? We did see if chance was calling. Okay, now we have Justice. So we do have a balancing of energy that's going to happen. Something about truth, fairness. Charging in with the truth, you're charging in with fairness, you're charging in to create equilibrium, Libra. Libra energy. Charging in with your truth, like I had said before with the Hermit. Charging in the future with your truth, with your personal truth, after gaining perspective, after feeling closed off, with the King of Cups energy there in the reverse, after feeling defensive and closed off emotionally, or emotionally unavailable, coming in with your truth. Yeah, you've got an offer, you're beginning a contract with somebody. Or you have a token of appreciation for someone, something of an offer though. It's the beginning of something that has to do with earthbound energy. So it could be a new job offer, it could be a new career that you're beginning, it could be a contract of some sort, a small check, timepiece, peace offering, or it's time to reveal your truth, to bring things into balance in the future. You realize this after being emotionally unavailable, that it's time to change something. Because something changed. Because something changed. Get it over here. Because something changed. So I didn't realize I was like completely out of frame, except for something changed. Yeah. The contract. Death, heartbreak, so an ending in the present. A contract. The beginning of something that has to do with creative or earthbound energy. That's what the transformation is. Oh, there's pain here. There's heartbreak here. There's heartbreak here. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. I'm hearing over here. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Okay, yeah. Opposite ends of the spectrum. Who's whom? Capricorn is one of those. Who's whom? The moon is Cancer. Capricorn is the opposite of the zodiac. This is a very, very time-bound reading. If we're talking about future, we're talking about no later than January 21st. Your future line. At the latest, you could be looking at, well, I mean, although as a reader and as a Capricorn, I can say that the Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Coins in this deck is, I always read Queen of Pentacles as a Capricorn card. I just do. I always do. But if we were to look at other earth signs, we could be looking at Taurus season. So early May, late April, early May. And if we were to sandwich in between them, in between Taurus and Cancer is Gemini again. Could be Gemini. Gemini season. Heartbreak linked to a Capricorn, or ending in transformation linked to a Capricorn that has to do with confusion. No parade, nobody's coming. This Capricorn's in the upright though. She's got her back to the heartache. And she's holding a heart that is full. Do you see? Year of the rabbit might be important to somebody. What we're seeing here is we're seeing heartbreak. This person's nurturing and holding their broken heart. So it could be that you're trying to, in the future, transform broken-hearted energy, pain of an emotional sense, with somebody who has Capricorn and Taurus Virgo energy, feminine, but doesn't necessarily mean that they're a girl. Could be a guy too, you know. But there's a contract or a new beginning that's linked to this that has to do with your personal truth that you learned by having to go within. And it might, I feel like it's been a long-winded trip within the cave, for lack of a better term. In that hermit energy, we do have a hermit there, so we could be looking at Virgo. You don't want to speak on it. You're confused. You're confused by something here. Or you have nightmares or dreams about this person. Who's who, who's whom. So who, who's, and whom. What else? Pisces, something around Venus. There you go. Okay, 5 of Coins in the reverse. You've learned that you're not left out in the cold. This is normally being left out in the cold, although it is a feeling rather than a reality. It is indicative of feeling as if you've been left out in the cold. In the reverse, you're looking at the realization that you are not left out in the cold. Could it be the nurturing warmth and of the feminine earth that keeps you feeling that you aren't left out in the cold or excluded from something? We see that 6 of Wands in the reverse, though. Excuse me. There's nurturing energy here, comforting energy here. There's this feminine earth person is a healing person for you. They're a healing person for you. They help with the warmth. They bring the warmth by incubus. So don't let the world. Break you down. Is it break you down? Don't let the world break you down. I don't think that's the word. Anyway, something about the let you down. Not everyone here is that fucked up and cold. When everyone here is that fucked up and cold, remember why you came, and while you're alive, experience the warmth before you grow old. Okay. All right, Pisces. 10 of Wands, you have burdens. You're shouldering something. You're carrying something with you. Potentially carrying too many things with you. This is also cautionary not to carry all of your stuff. You need to unburden yourself of something. Okay, let's clarify, shall we? 2 seconds. Well, 2 seconds. Hydrate. And I'll read these in reverse. Deviant Moon Tarot. We're going to use to clarify. I was going to switch it up because I hit 4 signs and I was like, well, you know, if I was at 3 or 4, I could probably, you know, switch out my clarifying deck, but then I didn't feel it would be consistent. So I wanted to make sure I was consistent with everybody. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's talk about this star. What is this distant hope? What is this distant hope? What is this healing energy? Is this even an energy, or is this a person? Let's find out. I'm just going to travel across the lines, and we'll tell a little bit of a story while we travel across the lines here. For you, Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Tell me more. Okay. We already got it. Yeah. The hope was for a little message of some nature. Not really consequential, though. There isn't much consequence to the message. It's a silly little fish in that cup. He's got like a diamond on his tongue or something, but it's like, it's not, there's no water almost in that cup, just enough for the little fish to survive, really. Doesn't really seem like much of an emotional communication. Just a little tiny emotional communication. Is that what the hope was? Or were you hoping that there was more? I don't know. I feel like somebody was here. The hope was for more because this fish has, you see, this fish has like a little diamond on his tongue. But what we got here is somebody looking at a star, not a little diamond on a fish's tongue. Yeah? Yeah. Tell me, as we travel across, that this Lovers in reverse, it's a choice in love that was made. We got 3 that have come out. Okay. Somebody that you keep an eye on. And the reason I say you is because we got this energy here. The only difference being is that it could also be a Scorpio. You're keeping an eye on a Scorpio individual. Or you're keeping an eye on a situation that was actually rather shocking. Page of Swords. Could have communicated something about something that you were seeing that was rather shocking. Or somebody could have communicated that to you, which caused you to choose one option over another in a romantic situation. Here you are, presenting somebody with that big cup. It has caused conflict for you. It's caused conflict. Let's talk about what that conflict exactly is, shall we? I'm hearing burning by yeah. So believer took me under like a fever. Cayenne hotting in the smoke. Smoke. Like a meteor. Broke. 5 of Wands is the conflict. What is the conflict that was created? Lay your red hand on me, baby. Okay. What you gonna do when you get to the water? Lay your red hand on me, baby. This is an Aries individual, somebody who's a ruler, the firm-handed ruler, the steady-handed ruler, somebody who is nurturing, warm. They're facing you. Do you see? They're facing you. Oops, they're facing you. You had to have a standoff with somebody. You had conflict with somebody who has fire in their chart or fire energy behind them. Somebody who's passionate and warm while you were rather cool or cooling and not necessarily of the same, your juxtaposed forces. You know? Scorpio is actually a very fiery water sign. It could also still just be Scorpio, but I feel like it could be 2 conflicting emotions within you, cause conflict within you as well, maybe. Okay. There was relocation, there was movement forward, this is always my change of address card. We have Cancerian energy. Something that was announced to you about unfinished business, something was put on hold because somebody moved forward, traveled, or moved address in the past. This could also be just the events of the Cancerian season, you know, which is June 21st to July, I want to say 23rd, but I could be totally wrong. Don't quote me on that. But, yeah. Mid-June to mid-July, which is when we turn to Leo season. So it could also just be a Cancer Leo Cusper for all you know. For all I know. I'm not the one. You're the one. Who knows? I don't. I just read the cards. Yeah, there's a false sense of, like it's like a mental prison with that card. Somebody wailing, but they're the one Listen, somebody wailing at the impending swords that they're about to fall on, but they're throwing themselves out the window. Do you know? And their head's connected to the moon, some lunacy here. It's almost like somebody's driving themselves crazy, worrying and overthinking about the swords below. They're safe in the effing tower, man. They're not actually, look at, they're safe in the tower. That's like imagined impending doom. Or you're keeping yourself stuck in a mental prison that you can absolutely walk out of. Okay, what else? Smelling something burning. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to pause it in a second. I'll go see what the hell. But this is also just sitting and waiting. Sitting back and waiting. You thought somebody was going to return that had previously walked away from an emotional connection. So you sat back and you waited. Yeah? Here, 2 seconds. I gotta go check. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I heard somebody in the hall say the same thing, but I couldn't find anything. And I couldn't smell anything when I looked out there either. Even after I walked around my apartment, I couldn't smell anything, but I got something. Anyway, now I've got potatoes. Here, 2 seconds. Oh man, I'll be really mad if something is burning and I have to like go down 31 flights of stairs again. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we? All right, yeah. You're waiting for somebody to come back? Or somebody was waiting for you to come back? What's this victory in vain? Oops, no, that's too many. So the victory in vain here, or that 5 of swords, which is, you know, nobody really wins. Everybody was confused at the end of the day. Everybody was kind of, there was deception. Or something was hidden by shadow. You know? Cancerian energy. There was confusion why somebody didn't come back. Somebody was sitting waiting for somebody to come back. They never did. Confusion over why. Feeling deceived. And just sitting around waiting for it and it never happened. So in the present, what's this fool about? Why are we not taking any risks? I think we kind of just answered our own question, didn't we? Not taking any risk because there has been there's like a judgment call here, or somebody's had to take account for the actions that they've taken in the past. So that's why they're not taking risks and not exercising adventurousness in the future, or rather in the present, is because they've had to pay in the past, or they've been held accountable for taking risks or being adventurous in the past. So they're not doing that now. Sagittarian energy. Oops. So, despite all of this, the Knight of Swords, that impulsive energy that's happening, is also, you know, a little bit of passion behind it. It's not just impulsivity on its own. It's got some fire to it as well. It might be angry. There might be some angry action here. You have air and fire. You know, fire burns because it's being fed by oxygen, right? Yeah, it's 2 that flipped. There's that Sagittarius energy again. Yeah, but it's a call to balance and temper your emotions. Yeah, before you come out of that hermit energy in the present here with your truth. You're kind of trying to evaluate what you're going to do moving forward. You're kind of choosing which course of action you'd like to take Make sure to be precise in your action, not to scatter your energies too much. This is also a warning about before you're calling something to an end and seeing transformation. What is this that we're calling to an end, or that we're seeing end in the present? There is a contract, at the beginning of a contract, the beginning of something that has to do with earthbound energy, so material beginnings, beginnings that have to do with connectedness of the earth, something that has to do with a timepiece, something that has to do with a small check, something that has to do with the beginning of a new job, the end of something new, the end of something that was once starting on the earthly plane. And you're hoping this will transform. There's confusion over what it's transforming into. You're hoping to remedy this and transform it into, you're trying to transform this energy over here, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. You're trying to transform it into romanticism, romantic action, noble action, intuitive, watery, poetic, altruistic action. The confusion is that well, the dreams, there's dreamlike state here. You need to connect with mind, body, and spirit, or work on one of those. This is also about a partnership. The Three of Pentacles is not just about working on mastery of mind, body, spirit, and the connectedness of those three, but it's also about a contract. It's like we're trying to heal a contract, or there's been deception about a contract, or a partnership in a business sense. But if we were really to look at it all at the end of it, no parade, nobody's coming, that homecoming, that triumphant homecoming, that's not happening. You're still hoping for it. You're still hoping for it. What you were hoping for in the past with the star energy, you're hoping for in the present. There's connectedness here with an Aquarian energy. That could be the reason why there is no triumphant homecoming. This could also be to do, if you are an Aquarius, Pisces, Casper, this could also be showing where you're not feeling victorious in something right now because your view, it lacks faith, lacks hope. Your vision lacks the proper amount of faith in yourself. I'm getting that again. Something burning. Okay. Yeah, you gotta exercise self-mastery here. Don't close off and don't become emotionally unavailable. It's important for you to master the elements to therefore become master of yourself. It's also about illusion and where illusion becomes magic. How do you take your emotions and transform them into something that is constructive? Okay. 2 seconds. Okay. So what is this balancing, this truth? Is your inner truth? What is this? It's about stability. I gotta go see if this is at the bottom of my building. Because, you know, there's no fire alarm going off. I keep smelling something burning. But anyway, before I do, let's try and finish this line. I'm hearing sirens outside, like at the base of my building almost. Anyway, there's stability. Stability over hearth and home. Taurus card, that's masculine energy. I think you're working on your stability Or the truth is that you need to become more stable in your emotions, connected in some way to them, perhaps, but steadfast. Yes, that's Taurus energy. There's a balance that something needs to come into balance here. And I mean, if we were to balance water energy, we would balance it with earth energy. I'm sorry guys, this is super distracting. I need 2 seconds to go look off my balcony. 2 seconds. Nope. All right. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So that's going to balance you out, is having that warmth, bringing that warmth back in. Because that's what the King of Pentacles is warmth, nurturing energy, right? So having that in your vicinity or bringing that into your world, it's an invitation for you to bring that into your world. It's nurturing, warm energy to counterbalance the King of Cups in the reverse, emotional unavailability. Let's see here. Or maybe that's your truth, is that that's something that you need, or even something that you lack, or something that you're not feeling in the moment, or something that you want to bring forward, right? What is this Ace of Coins here? Because you have it up here in the present, and you see an ending happening with it. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's too many. That's too much. It's too much. We don't read reversals, yeah. Well, it comes with a lot of different options of emotional fulfillment. So it's something that there's a warning here that with this new contract or new offer of a professional sense, that you've got to weigh your options, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of them coming at you with that, with this Seven of Cups, right? But also to be fair and impartial and balanced in your judgment of the situation. Libra energy. There's also something here about not being too cutting with your truths, because we're connecting up with our Three of Swords here. We're connecting our Seven of Cups with the Three of Swords by way of a Queen of Swords. So not to be too cold and clinical when we cut out some of those options that we might be presented with when we have this new beginning. Right? Tell me more about this heartbreak, though. Is it your heartbreak or somebody else's heartbreak? Let's see. Heart pain, I hear. Heart pain. There's pain in your heart. Ooh. Pain in your heart. Something you wanted to work on. You're communicating that there's something you wanted to work on, or somebody else is communicating that they have pain in their heart over something they wanted to work on. And there's inspiration, the matchstick of the divine. This is also something we like to refer to as big energy, but it's also inspiration. Inspiration. You're inspired through your heartbreak because there was something that you wished to work on, put more work towards. So your heartbreak actually inspires you in an odd way. It's linked up with this nurturing feminine earth energy that warms the home. And she has a full heart, do you think? Doesn't have all those swords in it, you know what I mean? Let's see. Oh, flipper. It's a yes card, the ultimate wish fulfillment. What's that song? See the sun. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. It's Leo energy. There's something inspiring. If we were connecting this up with an earth energy, it would be a Leo Virgo cusp. Or you'll see the sun and that nurturing feminine earth energy. Be a Leo Virgo cusp individual. Again, I usually read that as a Capricorn card though. You're inspired to seek the sun in somebody. Or inspired to bring the sun to them. Inspired to feel that warmth, remember the warmth. Experience the warmth before you grow old. It's the ultimate yes card in the tarot. Ultimate and wish fulfillment. Sheds light on everything it touches, yet there's a warning not to scorch with that matchstick of the divine. Hey, you know, don't scorch with it. Your inspiring beginnings. Your truths, the beginning of your inspiration and your truths might scorch somebody when you come to them to tell them and communicate to them. The sun burns things too, you know. It doesn't just warm things and it doesn't just make things grow. Finally, what do we have? One more. So I guess I'm getting tired. There have been a lot of interruptions in this reading. I could smell the burning, remember? And if I get woken up by like a fire alarm at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll be pissed. Oh. One stock, work. Something that's going to take work here. You're going to have to work to feel that warmth and experience that warmth. It's going to take work. Or it's going to be honing your craft, building something. The fire in the kiln. I'm really drawn to the fire in the kiln here. Something that's going to warm you by the hearth. You might be working by a hearth. You might be doing something that has to do with working near flame, or by something that keeps you feeling warmed. By a fire, or something that brings you out of the cold. You might just be concentrating on your work as a means of helping to realize that you are not left out in the cold. That could also be the case, right? Out of the deck. Anxiety, worry, sleepless nights. There's a monkey on your back. There's something that you're addicted to. Could it be the thoughts of all of this? The anxiety that you might never actually reach your star. You have to exercise hope and faith in your aspirations. Real, true faith in your aspirations. That, you know, don't live into someday realities. Make them realities. Everything's always distant. Everything, you know, someday realities are looking at that star and going, oh yeah, that's a great star. Oh, someday I'll get in a rocket ship and I'll try and reach that star. You know what I mean? Going after that star is a different story, right? You have to actually get in your vehicle, your wagon, you're on your horse, what have you, and actually start traveling towards it. So That's the difference in between a someday reality and actually putting your someday realities to work. You know, right? Actually having faith and hope in something. You can't just faith and hope things. You don't try, do. Right? Action is eloquence, as Shakespeare said. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's find out what your numbers are for January. Or is it just January? You can change everything. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're doomed to this. But we have 5, which signifies change. 4, which is about firm foundations. 6, which is about balance, achieving balance, family. And then 11, breaking down to a 2, a pair, a duo. All right. Cool. Let's get you some poetry and then send you on your merry way, shall we? For Pisces. Pisces. Got some short ones here. Time is on your side. Yes, it is. Who, who's, and whom. Okay, cool. All right. That's what I've got for you. I mean, thanks for watching, Pisces. Please take care of yourself. And, you know, don't live into someday realities and experience the warmth. Yeah. Yeah, have faith. All right, keeping the faith. That's what I'm gonna call it, keeping the faith. All right, cool. Have a good one. Bye now. Take a look at that. There it all is. Your whole spread there. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Bye now.